Well, hey, boy howdy, boys and girls, men and women of all ages and walks of life. Welcome once again to the building side of Randy's Guitar Shop. Well, what do we have for you today? Hope you're having a wonderful and a blessed day right off the bat. That's number 27, a kind of a newer one on my loop pedal for your listening and dining pleasure, of course. Is there an elephant in the room? Well, it's not an elephant. It says Gibson right there. Anyways, guys, what do we have here? This is yet another Teemu purchase for a young man, okay? A beginner who really doesn't play guitar at all yet. So anyways, let's just kind of look at it for a minute, and I'll give you my thoughts on it, and we'll just take it from there. We're not going to play it today. We're not going to plug it in or anything. It's not ready for that. And I'm not ready for that. So first and foremost, let's take a good look at it first. Here's the old Gibson logo. Here's the serial number with a Made in USA stamp, if I'm getting that right. Nice looking vintage tuners. They work very well. They're very smooth. Going down the neck. The frets are not bad. There's only a few way up high, but this will not hurt anybody. And it is that cherry red color. Beautiful color. The finish is pretty good. It does have a few flaws, but as I'm showing it to you, if you don't see them, then most other people aren't going to see them either. As I said before, it is a Teemu purchase. Came from far, far away. It's been sitting in the house and out here in the workshop for a few days and trying to get it acclimated to what's going on. So let's talk about what's good about it, and I think it's got very good bones, okay? This isn't just something you send back and toss away unless you don't like the few little flaws. You know, perfectionists really shouldn't be buying stuff from Teemu anyways. Anyways, guys, here you go. I'll just show you a couple of things that I think are going to need addressed, and I'm going to be real honest with you right now. I'm not putting myself down. Some people say, hey, you shouldn't say you can't do something. You know, that's not a can-do attitude. But there's some things that I'm not comfortable with, and I'm not going to struggle over when I know people that can do the job right, do it quickly, and you can hand them some money, and we're all good about it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with this. I'm not going to mess with it, and a couple of the reasons I'll show you why, and you can give me a hard time in the comments all you want. I'm tough. I can take it. Anyways, guys, the first thing that I'm not happy with about this is the way this tremolo arm is sitting up so high off the body. Now, of course, it came without the spring in it. It was just laying down flat. You know, they're not going to ship it with a spring in it from, you know, many, many miles away. That's just not going to happen. Usually when you get a Bixby, if it's not already on an assembled guitar, it doesn't have that spring in there yet. And this is either too tall, or I've got it seated properly. I've got the little washer in there, and it's all the way up inside this side. But it's not perfect. I don't know if that's something that's addressable or not. I mean, a guy could actually, this got a little nut on the backside. You could actually unscrew this thing, take it off, and bend it to get it flatter. But that would be kind of an issue, I think. But then again, if it's just a beginner, I'm probably going to stick it like that and not play with it anyway. Right? Right. Okay. So, like I said, I'm not plugging it in today and playing it because it's not ready for that kind of action. Now, let me tell you something. If I look down this fretboard, it is aligned perfectly. I mean, as far as the two outer edges, the strings coming in, it's perfect. You know, in other words, it's not offset one way or the other, so the string's going off over there. The controls all seem to work. I plugged it into my little practice, little tune-up amp, and it works. So that being said, It's got one major issue that, you know, I could maybe fix it with myself, maybe, but it would take replacing this bridge. And that may be what's going to happen, or the decision will be made. It's going to a beginner. This is not a big deal. But you never know, after it gets set up with a nice set of strings, that issue might not be there. And let's show it to you right now. Let's just take a listen to it. That's fine. But here, that nice little rattle. So, and these things move around quite a bit, these saddles. So, you know, it may just take a better bridge. And, you know, there's a billion of them out there. But in the long run, I think it'll probably be okay for a beginner. You know, once you plug it in, which they're going to have an amp and everything. So once you plug it in, you really won't hear that. It's when you're playing it acoustically, you'll hear it. And you really won't. I'll play a few chords and we'll see. It sounds really good. It sounds nice and loud and present. Unplugged. So like I said, I think we've got good bones. And read me the riot act in the comments, because I'm not going to sit here and take it apart and labor over trying to fix it when I got all these other guitars I'm working on too. Like I said, this is a gift. So this isn't something that's super important here in the garage. We just need to get it working good, so it will be something that somebody will pick up and want to play. You know, in the olden days when you bought an old acoustic guitar or something, usually, I mean, they were horrible. Strings were halfway off the you know, 3/8 of an inch off the fretboard, and, you know, the strings were huge and it made your fingers bleed. Those days are over, basically. So with that being said, that's what we're going to do with this, and I'll keep you updated, and I'll bring it back, and I will demonstrate it someday. Hopefully pretty soon. This, take a look at this thing, you guys. I showed it to you before, but I've done something since the last time I showed it to you. So I'm just going to kind of twirl it around. It's almost like it's got color change in it. And I'm sitting here looking at this thing. I come out here and look at it and say, okay, what am I going to do with this thing? So I kind of like it, but I kind of don't, because it's got a bunch of light pinkish purple violet-y color in it. But that might be good. I've got a lot of other different colored guitars, so I mean, you know, you saw it put together the other day with this on here. But anyway, I'm still just up in arms about what I'm gonna do, you know, because all I really would have to do is just put a light, either gun oil it or put some poly on it, some wipe-on poly or something. I'm gonna leave it very porous. I'm not gonna worry about doing some fancy finish. I don't know, guys. Leave it in the comments. I love you all for watching the videos. I've got a couple more subscribers. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you. And that comes from you guys either liking the video, which I hope you do, and basically probably sharing it with other people, because I'm still such a small, itty-bitty channel. You know, I don't have thousands and thousands of viewers. And so because of that, the only way I really get out there is, you know, for people sharing the videos. Anyways, guys, I want to leave you with this today. Just a little short verse from Peter. It says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that at the proper time he will exalt you. Anyways, guys, that being said, don't forget to pray for your country. Whatever country it is, don't forget to pray for the world. I don't even know what to say about that, because I've said it a million times, and the world needs to get spanked. It needs to get its, you know, get itself back in order. And I don't mean in a bad way. Anyways, guys, don't forget to pray for your friends, neighbors, and loved ones that need medical attention. Our thoughts and prayers need to go to the Father, to get as many as our friends and people on the road to recovery. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video. Hopefully Saturday we'll do some playing or something like that if weather permits. It's been crazy up here. I will see you later next time. Let me know what you think. Bye-bye.